Will, welcome to the Shred Truck.
Thanks for having me, Tom. Happy to be here.
So tell me a little bit about who you are, what you do, who you work for, all that kind of stuff. Give me a sense of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So Will Vasey, I'm with Jake Connor and Crew. I've been with Jake Connor and Crew for 17 years now. We manufacture containers for document destruction and shredding. We're out of Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, so just outside of Toronto, and manufacture our products there. We have warehouses in Texas as well as California. We're really excited to be celebrating our 30th anniversary this year.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Incredible.
so that's one of the big milestones. We're happy to be celebrating at the conference this year. So another exciting thing we're doing at the conference is the launch of a new container. We have primarily done carts and consoles, and we've had some customers reaching out just asking for a desk side or under desk plastic option. So we took some of the feedback we'd received from the market, and we have a new container that we're launching at the booth for the conference this year, the DocuPup 2.0. And it's just a new addition to the litter, and it goes along nicely with the rest of our console and cart container inventory options.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So you've just dumped a whole bunch of stuff there, so we're just going to kind of unpack some of that.
Yeah.
So, but first, let me say, you just won, like literally just minutes ago, won Corporate Partner of the Year.
Yeah, awesome.
Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing that got you that award. Like, I'm intrigued by that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just doing my best to be as involved as possible with the industry, helping to grow any way that we can, not just as a company with Jake Connor and Crew, but as an industry.
Yeah.
And so I was fortunate enough to get voted on to the board of directors.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be serving my third year as the corporate partner director on the board of directors. That then gave me the opportunity to be the chair of the corporate partner committee. And I ended up getting involved with the events committee as well. So a lot of involvement within the iSigma community and group and customers. And I was just really excited to get recognized for that.
A recognition well deserved. So let me say on behalf of the community and the industry, thank you for everything you're doing. Because specifically for the corporate partners, who sits on the board on behalf of us is really important. So thank you for the work you do in that regard. So really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Let's unpack the second piece. So you've introduced this new piece of product, new product. It's called the pup. What's it called?
The DocuPup 2.0.
DocuPup.
So Jake Connor and Crew, for those of you not aware, Jake is actually our mascot, and he's the dog,
He's the
golden
dog.
retriever that you'll see on all of our marketing. And he's in the office with us every day. He's the owner's dog.
But he's like so we're clear. Jake is like version 6 of Jake or 5,
Jake,
isn't it?
Jake the Third. That's
he's
correct.
Jake the Third?
So
Okay.
as part of our 30th anniversary celebration, one of our marketing pieces was celebrating 210 years, and then in small it says dog years. So we thought that was kind
beautiful.
of clever for us. And
So good.
it's nice, even just having him in the office. You want to take a break, you go out, throw the ball. It's just a really nice atmosphere to work in.
Yeah.
And so, that's Jake. We're fortunate to have Pat is here today at the conference with us. He's the owner of Jake Connor and Crew, him and Gail Newmelin. And so, we're excited to have them here for the launch. Once again, with the DocuPup 2.0, new things that we're looking to innovate in the market.
So it's a plastic, and because we're not wandering around, it's a plastic. Like a console.
Yeah, it's almost like a mix of a console and a cart, actually, and it's a plastic desk side. It's 20 gallons. It has casters on the bottom of it that are removable if you wish for it to be a stay-put unit. And we have options for paper collection and hard drive pill bottles. We see a lot of our customers starting to expand into different opportunities such as, med waste, e-waste. So just giving different options that we can provide to the market to make things easier for servicing. Ergonomics is something we're seeing requested from a lot of our customers these days. So anything that we can do to make it safer for their drivers and also speed up the service at the same time is what a lot of our customers are looking for. So that's what we look to focus on with the DocuPup. And just a lot of neat stuff that we've got at the booth to show to our customers. You see a lot of customers moving away from the bag and hook system and using different inserts and consoles to speed up servicing. the typical 2-wheel carts that you've seen for shred carts. Now you'll notice a lot of them are now 4-wheel carts for ergonomics, and just making it once again a bit easier for those drivers that are pushing those 96s. Can get a bit heavy when they're filled with paper. So yeah, we're just looking for different opportunities to innovate and offer those ergonomic and cost saving benefits for our customers.
So as a it's a significant supplier in this industry. I mean, granted, there's competition. We all get that, but you guys produce a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What are sort of the trend lines you're seeing in what's getting purchased? With assuming innovation's happening and you're evolving the product line.
Yeah.
But what are the items? What are you seeing in the marketplace in terms of what's being purchased again? What continues to grow in the your throughput of it versus it's a cool concept, but it kind of sits off to the side and you sell 1,000 or 10, whatever your numbers are.
Yeah.
But what's persistently growing and what's sort of stabilized or is dropping off? What are you seeing in terms of?
Absolutely. It's funny, actually. Our standard traditional console, our kind of key product, and that continues to be our number one seller.
Is it? Okay.
And we've made adjustments to it throughout the years.
Yeah.
We've made it a little more compact so we could fit more within pallets and to make them a bit lighter, more durable, more secure. But I would say when it comes to the products we move, our consoles are still the number one products that we see going out the door.
The standard traditional one.
Yeah.
Weirdly, my very first, so this is 25 years ago, so Pat started just before me.
Yep.
But my first record center, which was in London, Ontario, just up the road, I came and got them from Pat, literally from the dock in the old building, you know, and I got them off the dock and he put them on my truck and I took them and that's likely the exact same, because that was the only one he was building at the time. He had sort of one standard size, and that's the one that has continued to sell.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, and so it is. It's still the number one selling product. We've expanded. We're always looking to innovate and try new things.
Right.
But our key product continues to be our
that's
consoles.
So interesting to me how the thing that got us to the dance is the thing that keeps taking us to the dance.
Yeah,
so
and
that's really cool.
So cool. 25 years ago, you were out there picking up consoles from
doing
Pat
it. I used
the shredding.
I used to take that console and I would go to a sales call and I'd wheel it in with me.
Yeah,
and I'd just say, just take this and try it, and just try it.
Yep.
And people go, okay, and I'd say, no charge, just try it. And if 2 weeks from now I call you, and you say, get rid of it out of my office, I want you, and it was kind of like the assumption sale, the assumptive sale concept. I just assumed they would take it because nobody else was doing it. I mean, Shred It was around at that point.
Yep.
Right, but it to me it was that was the very first console I ever had.
Well, you'd be surprised. We still have many customers that are using that approach and concept. Well, they'll take a console or cart and drop it there and have it for a month, and we'll pick it up in the month if you don't want it, and that they hope that they'll continue to keep the service. And so, it's a pretty neat story with Pat. I mean, 30 years ago, he was not in this industry, and he had someone reach out, a friend of his, and was looking for had this idea. I'm looking for a cabinet that I can use to store paper. And so Pat put him in touch with someone that he thought could get it done, and it just didn't work out, and Pat felt bad. So he went out and bought board and a saw, and he made these cabinets for them, and they were happy with them, called back, and can you do 50 of these? Called back, can you do 100? And bought a plant, bought machines, and just took off
Jake
from
Connor
there.
and crew is now is a significant presence in the industry. So one of the things you also get to do is see, so there's the trend in terms of product, but what are you seeing in the industry? Because you're deeply involved. You're talking to a lot of people. You have a lot of conversations about product, and you're selling your product. But what are some of the trends you're seeing in the industry that lead you to the innovations you do? What else are you seeing from your unique perspective?
There's been a lot of consolidation over the last couple years, and what I am liking to see now is we're seeing some new startups, which is nice. There hasn't been a lot of that maybe in the last couple years, and with some of the consolidation that we've seen, I think it's opened up some areas and opportunities for new companies to expand into product or document destruction. And there's even some companies at the conference this year that are new to the industry, new to the conference. So it's just, it's exciting to see some new blood, and once again gives us an opportunity to meet new individuals and earn new customers. And So yeah, that's one of the things that we've noticed with that consolidation, that more of just recently we've seen some opportunities of new individuals getting into the industry.
And so you said some of your product, the new product that you were talking about,
Yep.
That you're launching, but how much are you seeing in terms of what you guys are doing related to ITAD, medical waste, some of these other, like how are you seeing that unfold? Because predominantly you've been in the shredding related industry, but
Yep.
These people are going, what's the next thing? And your clients are going, there's this opportunity, and
Exactly.
I know in my client base, which is your client base, is they go from shredding to ITAD or shredding to medical waste and then to ITAD, and they're evolving. So how are you evolving to serve this?
Yep. Yeah, and the fortunate thing is a lot of our containers that were designed for paper collection, it wasn't that difficult to retro them for different types of services. So if it's for e-waste or hard drives, medical waste, what we've had to do is maybe just adjust some of the entry slots, the locks that we're maybe using depending on what's being secured in that container. But those are all products that we are able to offer to our customers and service the market with, whether it be paper that they are shredding or if it is e-waste, hard drives.
Yeah.
Pill bottles is actually something we've been contacted a lot about recently, just for different doctor offices, pharmacies, and hospitals. And sometimes we're even surprised by the requests we get from our customers. And it's neat sometimes, on the product destruction side of things, you see some of the stuff that necessarily needs to be destroyed, and it's surprising sometimes, just things that you don't think of or realize need to be done. And so yeah, it's kind of cool and to learn and continue growing and innovating options as we see them arise.
Yeah, that's really cool. Really cool. So product businesses are kind of interesting to me always, because you're constantly evolving, and you started with a console, that the one that I pulled out of Pat's dock 28 years ago, whenever it was. But someone like you who's been in the game for 17 years, like, do you have one that you go, I just love that one? I really love that console or that bin, or like what one do you just go, I would like that one?
We did a lot of redesign with our Pedigree series line of carts, and the 4-wheel model that we've designed, opposed to just slapping casters on the bottom of a cart, we really went back to the drawing board and redesigned it to be purposely designed for 4 wheels. So the front, we refer to them as caster pockets, are raised up so that you can put a larger caster without affecting the level of the cart. And the way that these things move and allow you to service even when they're full with paper, they just work really well. So I think some of the 4-wheel carts that we've redesigned for our Pedigree series, they're one of my favorites when I look at our product line. Once again, it makes servicing so much smoother and easier for the drivers, and it's probably one of my favorites at the time.
Cool. Cool. I hate to go here, but I feel obligated to, on behalf of the community. You're a Canadian company.
Yep.
And we are in a global environment that has now added tariffs, and so undoubtedly I'm not the only person asking this. Probably every person through your booth is going, what's going on with tariffs? So how is that affecting you? How does it impact customers? How does it impact you? What do we need to know in the industry today, not a year from now? What's going on? What are you guys seeing? What are you thinking? What's happening?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was a lot leading up to even last week in the announcements that came out regarding tariff, because there was a lot of talk about Canada and 25% across the board. So I actually spent the last month or so preparing and trying to get ready for that. Last week when the announcements came out, they decided to keep the USMCA trade agreement in place. So that's with US, Mexico, and Canada. All of our products do fall under that USMCA trade agreement, so there are no tariffs charged on our products being moved into the U.S. So we were, very happy to learn that news last week. And coming out to the conference, we knew that it was going to be a very hot topic, and one of the main questions our customers were going to have is there increases on our product? Is there now at 25%? So we were happy to be able to come to conference and confirm that we are able to continue shipping product into the U.S. without any tariff. And I mean, being an international company, we do ship worldwide.
Right.
But there's a lot of business in the U.S. They're the largest consumer, and especially in the shredding industry. So that was some, really good news to receive, and
that's fabulous.
Great information to be able to relay on to our customers and markets to know that they're not going to see increases due to any tariffs.
But you started with this when we started the conversation. You also said you have depots or in California and Texas, you said?
Yep, that's correct. Yeah, and so we manufacture all of our own product. I think that's one of the biggest things that really sets us apart from our competition is that we manufacture all of our containers. When it comes to the consoles, you may have even seen the plant when you were doing pickups. I mean, we bring in the raw material, cut the board, edge band, assemble, and ship from there. But it is convenient to have some warehouses throughout the U.S. Sometimes if customers need something in a pinch, it's easier for them to collect or to ship from a warehouse that might be closer to them. So just looking for ways to offer more convenience to our customers. So we do have a freight company as well, which is our sister company, Jake's Freight System. They act as a brokerage. So we do get very competitive rates on our shipping, but it's also beneficial to have some areas where customers can collect from as well.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So given your unique place in the industry, given Corporate Partner of the Year, given a board seat for the corporate partners, if you had any final words to give this community, the iSigma community, or people who are peripheral to it but are a part of it in many ways, what advice would you give as we go into this upcoming year? What recommendations, what advice, any final parting words of wisdom?
Yeah, absolutely. I think number one, I would encourage you to come to this conference. We've had a great conference this year. There's a lot of great educational sessions. There's great vendors here. There's a lot to learn and take from this conference. So I'm going to continue to do my best to encourage everybody to come to the conference and get out here and learn as much as you can, get involved. And be involved with iSigma. It's not the only thing they do. They have shred schools throughout the years as well. There's great opportunities for everybody to come, learn, network. And so I'd really encourage that. I think we can continue to grow this industry, and iSigma is going to do a good job of that. And I think getting everybody involved, coming to these conferences, these shred schools is very important, and it's going to allow the industry to continue to grow and just make things better for everybody.
Yeah. Well, Will, thank you. I really appreciate you in this community, and I really appreciate the work you do. And again, congratulations on a well-deserved award today, and thank you for being a part of this today.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. No, I greatly appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference, and thank you again.
You too. Thank you.